need basing on my salary. And then when yes, then my parents and relatives and friends sometimes ask me to borrow some money from me, and I'm willing to lend them some money, but not much, because actually I don't have much money to lend them. But in the bad case, we need to consider the relationship between us and our friends, because if we borrow money from a friend, and the friend want a high interest, and it may cause a lot of trouble. For example, we can get into trouble, we can get into debt, and so we need to consider our relationship before when you borrow money from others or you lend some money to others. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, great. Perfect, Hank. Thank you for that. Uh, yes, it's a difficult subject, and I think that no one is right or wrong when we talk about this. But like you said, sometimes we need to borrow money. Like you needed to borrow money for studying, and a lot of people borrow money for their studies. And then once they get a job with their degree afterwards, they can pay the money back, which is good. Okay, great. Thank you, everyone. And moving on to the next slide now. We've got just some words here that we're going to just come up with the definitions for. So I'm just going to ask you to try and tell me what you think the word means. Okay. Before we do this, I'm just going to read them all so you can hear the pronunciation. So we've got necessity, necessity, investment, investment, mortgage, mortgage, expenditure, expenditure, priority, priority, seed, seed. Okay, so I'm going to start with Ming. Can you please read number 1 for me?
Yes, necessity.
Yes, good. Okay, and what do you think necessity means?
Necessity mean need, the need of something.
Yes.
Necessity. Yeah.
Yes. So the need of something, if it's a necessity, it means it's the most important thing. So if it necessity, that's right. It's the need for something. It's yeah. Yeah. And can you use necessity in a sentence for me?
Mm. There's many necessity. There's many necessity in life that you have to deal with, or you have to necessity.
Yes. Okay. So yes, that's perfect. Great. Thank you very much, Ming. And Wen, can you please read number 2 for me?
Investment.
Yes. And what do you think investment means?
Investment mean that spending money, investing something.
Yes. Okay. So investment, it's when we spend money on something that we hope we will see a return on. So we put money into a business and hopefully get money back one day. When we invest money, we are looking to make more money. Okay, good. Can you use investment in a sentence for me?
Yes. Our investment our investments are doing well.
Yes, our investments are doing well. Okay, great. Thank you. And Hung, can you read number 3 for me, please?
Yes. Mortgage.
Mortgage. Yes. Okay, and can you tell me what mortgage means?
Yes. Mortgage mean mm, mortgage mean the document we deposit at the bank for borrowing some money.
Yes, okay. So a mortgage is when we put, it is a document at the bank usually, and this is often used, when you borrow money, you say, okay, if I can't pay this money back, just in case I have a property, so you'll say to the bank that they can take your property and sell it if you can't pay the money back. Okay, so a mortgage is when we take a loan and we say that we have something that will pay the debt back if we can't pay it back. Okay, so can you use mortgage in a sentence for me?
Yes. I request a mortgage from a bank.
Yes, great. Thank you, Hung. And Ming, can you read number 4 for me, please?
Expenditure. Expenditure is the amount of money that you spend. Expenditure, yeah. I think
Yes.
it's just the amount of money.
Okay, so it's the amount of money that we spend. Yes, that's right. So expenditure would be an expense is something that we have to spend money on. So maybe like our fuel for our cars or motorbikes, or our groceries, or electricity. Yes. Okay. And can you use?
I try. Yes, my sentence is I try to keep my expenditure reasonable.
Yes. Okay. Great. Thank you, man. And Gwen, can you read number 5 for me, please?
Yes, priority.
Okay. And do you know what priority means?
Priority means that something that is more important than others.
Yes. Okay. So if it's the priority, it is the most important thing. Okay. So if we have a list of things we have to get done, then the one that is the priority needs to be done first. It is the most important. Good. And can you use priority in a sentence for me, please?
Yes. To save time and money, you should make a list of priority.
Yes, okay. You should make a list of priorities. Okay, when you say it in that way, you would say priorities. Just like that. Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you, Quinn. And lastly, we've got number 6. If Han, can you read number 6 for me?
Yes. Exceed.
Okay. And what do you think exceed means?
Exceed mean be what we have.
Yes. Okay. So if we exceed something, it goes past or beyond what we expected it to. Good. Okay. And can you use that in a sentence for me?
Yes. This furniture exceed my current amount of money.
Yes, perfect sentence. Okay, great. So, great work there, everyone. I'm just going to read these words one more time so that actually, Han, can you just read all of these words for me so I can hear your pronunciation?
Yes, necessity, investment, mortgage, expenditure, expenditure, priority, exceed.
Perfect. Thank you, Han. And Kun, can you please read these for me?
Yes. Necessary, investment, mortgage, expenditure, priority, exit.
Okay, good. Just the first one, necessity. Just to focus on saying the T at the end. So necessity. Can you try that again?
Necessity.
Yes, perfect. Okay, great. Thank you, Kun. And Ming, can you read these for me, please?
Yes, necessity, investment, mortgage, expenditure, priority, exceed.
Great pronunciation. Thank you. Okay, good work, everyone. We're going to move on to the next slide. So here we've got some new idioms that we're going to have a look at today. And these idioms are, it's going to cost an arm and a leg. Okay. When we say it's going to cost an arm and a leg, we don't mean it's literally going to cost our arm and our leg. It just means it's going to cost a lot of money, okay? As if we were almost giving away our arm and our leg, okay? So just a phrase that we use, and this one's used quite a lot in English. So I would try and remember this one. It's going to cost an arm and a leg when we say something's very expensive, okay? It's going to cost a lot. Okay, and then we've also got live beyond one's means. Okay, and to live beyond one's means means that to spend more money than we can afford. Okay. Yes, expensive. And so to live beyond one's means. Once again, and that means to spend more money than one can afford. Okay. So we've got these two new idioms, and I'm just going to ask each of you to come up with a sentence using both of these idioms separately, though. So two different sentences. And then just before we continue, we've got some examples at the bottom here. I'm just going to read. Okay. The Browns are deeply in debt because they are living beyond their means. Okay. They're spending more money than they can afford. Okay. And these shoes cost me an arm and a leg. In other words, these shoes were very, very expensive. They cost a lot of money. Okay, so if Han, can you come up with a sentence with cost an arm and a leg, please?
Yes. I don't want to buy that house because it cost me an arm and a leg.
Yes. Okay. So when we say this, it's better to say, I don't want to buy that house because it will cost an arm and a leg. You don't have to say it will cost me.
Okay.
Okay, but yes, very good sentence. Perfect. I can see you understand what it means. And then also, can you come up with a sentence for live beyond one's means?
Yes. We should not live beyond our means because we will get into debt.
Yes, perfect sentence. Thank you, Han. Okay. And then Quinn, can you please come up with a sentence for cost an arm and a leg?
Yes. Last weekend, I traveled to province and I had to cost an arm and a leg.
Okay, good. Thank you. And live beyond one's means?
Yes, she is she spends money wisely because she gave up living beyond her means.
Yes. Okay, great. Thank you, Quinn. And Han,
Yes.
can you come up with a sentence with cost an arm and a leg?
Sorry, teacher, I finished.
Oh, sorry, I went the wrong way. Apologize. Okay, Ming, sorry about that. Ming, can you come up with a sentence with cost an arm and a leg, please?
Yes, in Vietnam, it costs an arm and a leg to buy car.
Yes.
The tech is very high. Sometimes it's as high as the price of a car. 100% tech.
Sure. Okay. And then can you come up with live beyond one's means?
Yeah. My brother lifestyle is to live beyond his means.
Yes, good. Okay, thank you, Ming. Okay, good work, everyone. Thank you for that. And we're going to move to the next slide now. Here we've got some essential structures. And today we're going to be looking at the word suggest. Okay. Sorry. So today we're looking at the word suggest. And when we say suggest, it usually follows with the word that. Okay. So I suggest that you do something, or she suggests that. Okay. So often we say that this first subject is a person. Okay. So he, she, him, they suggest that someone does something. Okay, infinitive verb. So, for example, we've got a sentence down here. I would be the subject number one. I. And then suggest that. Okay, I suggest that you buy what you need. Okay, so just to show you here, you can say I suggest you buy what you need. You don't have to put in the that. You can say I suggest you buy what you need. Okay, I've just typed it in the chat box there. I suggest you buy what you need. But the more correct way of saying this is I suggest that you buy what you need. So it's better to say the that in the sentence. Okay. And then we've got some suggestions at the bottom here that you're welcome to use when coming up with sentences for this structure. Okay. And Han, can you come up with a sentence with this new structure for me?
Yes. I suggest you pay by cash.
Yes, okay. I suggest that you pay by cash. Okay, great. Thank you, Han. And Quinn, can you come up with a sentence for me, please?
Yes, I suggest that you control your shopping habits.
Yes, great. Okay, thank you, Queen. And Min, can you come up with a sentence, please?
I suggest that you should improve your pronunciation.
Yes, great. Okay, thank you. And I see we've got an. Okay. We're going to move on to the next slide now. Okay. Just 2 seconds there. I'm just trying to get this fixed with the text at the bottom there, staying in the slides. Okay. Yes, so what we're going to do now is have a conversation. And we've got 3 different contexts here that you're welcome to choose from. We're just going to talk in pairs about this. So the first context, we've got Peter often runs out of money at the end of the month, but he doesn't know why. Give him some tips to spend more wisely. Okay. And then we've also got context number 2. Susan has just got married. She has trouble managing her money. Give her some advice on making monthly budget plans. And then context number 3. Mark is often in debt because he often overspends on unnecessary things. Convince him that this is not a good spending habit and help him to deal with the problem. Okay, so if Hung, do you want to choose one of these contexts?
Yes, I would choose the contact number 1.
Okay, and then Hung and Quinn, can you please have a conversation about context number 1?
Hello, Win.
Yes, hello, hi.
Yes. So could you give us some advice to spend money more wisely?
Oh yeah, actually, I'm not a person that spend money more wisely, but I think maybe you maybe you maybe make a list of priorities before buying anything. And I think you should you should have you should have expenditure to buy all of the things every month, and you can spend more money from them. I think it's good. And you do you have any ideas?
Yes. I think Peter should have a plan on food, on entertainment at the beginning of the month, so that he can set aside some money for emergency. And when he buys some, he should choose the cheap but good quality things, so that he can save some money. And also Peter should pay back cash, not by credit card, because when we pay by cash, we can calculate how much money we have, and we can estimate the amount of money. And
Yes,
also,
I agree with you.
yeah, and shopping habit.
For me,
Yes, you can say.
for me, example, a few years ago, I often pay everything I buy, everything I bought by credit card, and I lost. Sorry, I run out of money at the end of the month, and I don't know why. But current years, I buy anything by cash, and I feel that I save a lot of money, because when I pay anything, I feel I very
Yes. Yeah, and we also have to and when we decide to buy expensive item, we should be calm, and we cannot decide to buy expensive item when we are listening to music, or when we are really tired, because at that time we cannot have a good decision. So I think if we want to buy, do you know what I mean? Yeah, when we want to buy
yeah, of
an
course.
expensive thing, we should be calm to decide. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Great.
Okay.
Thank you, Ring and Hung. Great conversation there. Some good advice. I like that. Okay. And Ming, I'm just going to talk with you. Which context would you like to do?
Yeah. Anyone is okay.
Anyone? Okay. Let's do context number 2 then. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you. So, I've just got married and I'm having some trouble managing my money. Can you give me some advice on making monthly budget plans?
Making monthly budget plan is very important, and you have to make a list of things you have to do for the family, for you, for yourself, for your wife, for the children that you have, and for the necessary things, for all the bill, for the entertainment, and for travel, or
Yes.
I mean that all the things necessary in a family life, in a newlywed life.
Yes. Right. Okay. And so when I because I've just got married, I'm finding it hard to not spend a lot of money because I am happy and we are often going out to restaurants and things.
Yes,
So
yeah.
should I include everything in my budget?
No, not. You should cut. You should cut out. You have to you have to have priority spending. Yeah, I think that for the first month, yeah, you can do something which is not very reasonable as usual, but yeah, later you have to balance everything. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm wondering about the pronunciation between the two words, card and cash. Can you help me?
Sorry,
Because
can you just say that one more time?
card, the pronunciation, card and
Card.
cash.
Okay, so it's the pronunciation with card and cash.
Card,
So
card,
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 yes, and cash,
cash,
yes.
card.
Good.
Uh,
Okay. Can you say them both just one more time, slowly?
card, card,
Yes.
and cash.
Perfect.
You okay? Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
perfect pronunciation. Okay, great. Thank you for your advice, Ming. That was very good. Okay. I've moved on now to the assessments, and I don't think I've typed much in here because I've just tried to correct you as we've been moving through the lesson. Okay, so Hung, just the word support, just to say the T on the end, just to focus on pronouncing that T. So support and estimate. Okay, estimate. You could also say estimate. Okay, it's an estimate of something, or we say I'm going to estimate the cost. Okay. And Meng, just the word necessary. So I'm just going to get Hung. Can you say the word estimate for me?
Estimate. Estimate.
Perfect. And support.
Support. Support.
Perfect. Thank you, Hung. And I forgot what the other one was, necessary for Ming. So if Ming, can you just say necessary?
Necessary. Necessary.
Okay, good. Perfect. Thank you, Ming. Okay, so just to end off, today we had a look at some vocabulary related to spending money. We looked at the two new idioms, cost an arm and a leg, which means it is very expensive. It's going to cost a lot of money. And to live beyond one's means. In other words, we spend more money than we make. Then we had a look at the new structure with suggest, that. And then we had a conversation about how to spend money wisely. Okay. And just to remind everyone to please do their homework, practice is the only way to get better at a language. Okay. So before I end off, does anyone have any questions?
Card and cash.
No, thanks, teacher.
Okay. No questions. Okay, good. I hope everyone had a good lesson. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, goodbye, everyone.
Have a good day, teacher. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye bye.